top 5's going out. I was expecting my name to be called top 5 because I got first call outs, but that wasn't the case. So I stood back there, I reminisced on all the hard work that I put in. I watched them earn their medals, and this time, it's gonna be different. So last year, it did not go as planned. We ended up taking 6th place in my first ever bodybuilding show. Honestly, I was very let down last year. I was expecting first place, but you know, it was my first bodybuilding show. I didn't know what to expect on stage. I knew it was gonna be tough, but at the end of the day, I did everything that I possibly could to make the outcome in my favor. But at the end of the day, judges thought differently. But there's a lot that's different this time. There's a lot that has changed this time. We're gonna go over that right now. So what is bodybuilding? Bodybuilding is sculpting the muscle in a way that appears best to what the judges a certain look. It's a culmination of everything: posing, stage presence, muscle maturity, flexing the correct muscles at the correct time to present the best package you could bring. You've probably heard of people like Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the big name bodybuilders in the industry. Growing up, I've always looked up to them. I've always seen their physiques and been like, man, that'd be cool to be on stage one day. I never really in a million years thought I would be on stage. So the fact that I was able to compete last year was completely new to me and completely out of my comfort zone. So this was my physique last year. That was the best I was ever gonna look at that time. But this year, cardio is gonna be more intense. The workouts are gonna be more intense. It is a longer prep. It is a 16-week prep versus last year's 12-week prep. That means we're gonna be pushing more, we're gonna be dialed in longer, and we're gonna be suffering more. The suffering is the worst part about it. There's no give. You cannot let up on your diet. You cannot let up on your intensity, on your training, on your nutrition. You can't let up on anything. So to prolong it an extra month, that's gonna be a bigger challenge for me going forward. So this year, they've taken 5 shows around the entire world. Top 3 from each class gets to move on to the championship. So the championship is the day after my competition. So if I take 1st through 3rd in my class, I move on and get to compete the next day. I'm pretty sure that's never been done before. I'm changing my expectations from last year. Last year, I only wanted 1st. There's gonna be cash prizes. Overall winner gets $20,000, and then the top 3 get $10,000, I believe. So there's more things at stake. And saw the July summer shredding here, and let me tell you, the dogs that showed up, it's not no small competition anymore. This is a big deal. So I'm ready. Like I've never been more excited for like a whole weekend because I expect to be competing both days. So I'm so excited for the weekend. So last year, honestly, I didn't really set myself up for success pre-show. Looking back at it, I was under eating, like a lot. This year, we've done an 8-month bulk. So after competing last year, we cycled into a surplus phase, and we've been bulking and increasing food for the past 8 months. Now that I'm in prep, my body is primed for this, okay? We were able to put on some good lean tissue this off season, and like 8 months of growing is so much different than under eating before the show. I've already noticed that as I'm cutting right now, my size is still staying on, which is awesome. Basically, last year I learned my pose the night before. Now, I learned how to pose 6 weeks before. because I didn't want to pose wrong, and I wanted Alex to be in person to show me how to pose. So I've been able to practice my posing for the past 8 months. Not only do I want to hit my poses perfectly, I want a little bit of a routine this time. I want a little turning and movement of the hands when I'm doing my routine, and I'm gonna have to work on that. Years ago, I was powerlifting. I was winning competitions. I felt like moving forward, there wasn't much else that I could do besides like going to a national level powerlifting meet. Moving on to bodybuilding, it's something special because not only is it physical, it's such a mental battle. You know, there's days where you're tired, you're hungry, you're feeling drained. You feel like, man, do I really have to do cardio now? Do I really have to do another 45 minutes of cardio on top of feeling like you're completely exhausted? And that mental strength is something that has to be built over a prep. It's gonna be a longer journey. It's gonna be a more intense journey. And I want you guys to really be there with me and go through these things with me. And it's only up from here. There's something about this year that just feels different. So I want you guys along with the journey, and let's get it. All right, guys, you know the game plan. I'm asking one thing from you guys, and that is to follow along on the journey. I just want you guys to be along for the ride and go through what I'm going through and see it from my perspective, because it's gonna be fun. So if you guys can just please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you are subscribed, turn on that post notification bell. It helps a ton. Like the video for the algorithm. We're running up videos every week, so just stay tuned and let's get it.